This is EVVA ICS. This lock is a bigger brother of the EVVA EPS in the slider version, and as you can see from the look at the key, it does not try to disguise as a usual pin tumbler, and there's much more going on in there. There's a main stack with up to 5 pins, but usually only first 3 are populated, and they interact with this part of the key. They look a lot like Dom's shark fins, and also, as you can see, sometimes the fin is in the middle, sometimes it's on the side, so maybe it can be used for some master keying systems to help avoid mastering the sliders. There are 2 rows of 5 sliders on each side. Each side has its own sidebar, and each slider has 1 true gate and 2 false gates. That's for the unmastered version. When there's mastering in the slider, the true gate is wider. This lock is very renowned for its tight manufacturing tolerances, and this gives rise to so-called ping-pong effect, which means that when you are setting one slider, there's a high chance that in the process you lose 1 or more already set sliders. This effect makes picking of this lock very, very challenging, and it's really hard to be able to pick this lock in, say, deterministic fashion. So yeah, that's about it, and let's see how the picking goes. I'm using this tensioning setup to get a better control over core rotation. So the main stack binds first, so pin number 1, springy, pin number 2, gotta click out of it. Where's pin number 3? So small click out of 1, 2, 3, and we got a small core rotation. So now the left sidebar is binding first, so I'm going to try and set pin number or slider number 2. Hopefully it's in a true gate. Now slider number 1. Both should be set. 3. Now slider number 4. So something pinged on me, but hopefully 4 is set. Okay, so that was pin or slider number 1. Come on. So where are we? Okay, got a small core rotation. So 1 is springy, 2 is springy. 3 is springy. 4 seems to be springy, and 5 seems to be springy. So Okay, so the left sidebar should be picked. Now let's see how the right side goes, because that's really where this lock shows its true nature. So the first 3 sliders look good for now. Let's check number 4, which is the big troublemaker. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it seems that pin number 4 got caught in a false gate. Which is not what I was hoping for. Let's check. 1 springy, 2 springy, 3 springy, and hopefully 4 is down as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see how this one goes. Come on, buddy. Be good. Nope. Something got out of alignment, I would say. Yeah, number 4 almost got out of the true gate. So, come on. Yay! And we are open. Great. Yeah. With this lock, you never know. Now, let's not mess up. I'm going to go for the more natural setup. So, let's not mess up this. Okay. So, the lock is open. Now let's look it back up. Because the original circlip is incarnation of a true EVO, I'm using this I made from some spring steel. So let's see. Okay, so I'm going to dump the key pins first. Well, no. I'm going to get rid of the sidebars first, so that's the left sidebar. That's the right sidebar. I will show them in a minute. Come on, so pin number 1, number 2, and number 3. Now let's remove the sliders. So first one on the left, second one, third one, fourth and fifth. I will arrange them later on so the gates are visible. So this lock is the bigger brother of the EVVA EPS slider version, and unlike the EPS, it does not try to disguise as a simple pin tumbler. The behavior of these locks is quite similar in that they like ping-pong like hell. So yeah, the lock is very precisely manufactured and the tolerances are really great, and the ping-ponging is unbelievable. So okay, I was looking for 2 springs and one is hiding here and the other one is hiding there. Okay. So here's the wording. It can be annoying at times, but it also helps with orientation in the lock. Here are the chambers for the main stack pins. There are 5 of them, but all the locks I've seen so far had only the first 3 chambers populated. Also, the key pins are quite interesting. They look a bit like Dom's shark fins. Let me see if I can get a good angle on that. So sometimes it's hard to target exactly the one pin that you want. And sometimes they feel quite tapered in their behavior. The drivers are normal, nothing fancy there. I'll dump the springs here. Okay. So, come on. Okay. So there you can see the 2 sidebar grooves and the chambers. Not much else in the core. Now I'll continue with the core. So there's the main stack. These are the sidebar grooves, and here are the chambers for the sliders. Not much more in there. There's some drill protection. Also here there's something protecting the sidebar, I guess, so the lock should be okay from that perspective. Now let's see the sidebars. That's the left one. As you can see, it's intact. The false gates, they really catch well, and sometimes it's hard to maneuver out of them. Sometimes, especially when you manage to avoid the false set, you can glide over them quite easily. But when you enter one, then there the fun starts. So this is the right sidebar. Again, everything's there. I just removed the springs, so I'm not going to lose them. As for the sliders, each slider has one knob that interacts with the key. This knob to the side, it interacts with the spring, and each sidebar has one true gate and 2 false gates. From this perspective, the max lifts are the most annoying ones because you have to get over 2 false gates, and that's not a joke with this lock. Here's the key. You can see on the right side there's one almost max lift, one max lift, and third one is also almost max lift. These two are pretty okay. On the other side there's single max lift and two let's say mid lifts, where you need just to get over one false gate, so these are quite fine. Sometimes you need to touch these, which are almost, let's say, no lifts, but really to enter the true gate, sometimes you have to just nudge them a bit and you get a false set. Here you can see the bitting for the main pins. As you can see, in this groove enters the shark fin of the first pin, and so on. So that's quite interesting too. Maybe it has some use for the privilege checking in master key systems. Now let me arrange the sliders for a close-up so the gates are visible. Come on. So, okay. As you can see, none of the sliders is mastered. All of them has just one tiny true gate. If any of them was mastered, then the true gate would be much wider. Sorry. Yeah, there are the key pins, drivers. The first one is probably anti-drill. There are the sidebars, springs. There's a detail of the key. And the detail of the keyway. So that was finally the EVVA ICS. Thank you for watching and goodbye.